Hi everyone. Today I wanted to do a quick update on my Fresnel lights that I've been using for the last year. When I first got these lights, I did a quick review between the Chinese knockoff lights and the Arri light that I purchased here. And at the time, I was very impressed with the quality of these Chinese knockoffs versus the Arri lights. And today, I'm still pretty darn impressed. Over the time of utilizing it, I've noticed a couple of things. But all in all, if I were to do this all again, I would buy the Chinese knockoffs, save my money versus spending it in the higher end Arri lights here. So a couple of things that I wanted to just share with you, things that you notice and you notice as you're utilizing these things. One is build quality on a lot of this stuff. I mentioned before that things like the screws here, the mounts, the way that you tighten the units down, some of the little smaller components, the grid on the front, those type of things, the Arri definitely has a higher build quality between the two. That being said, they're not like that big of a deal. I mean, the mount here on the base, it's a little bit different as far as the fit goes, but it works, and there's no real big issue with that. The tightening knobs on here, again, they're utilizing nuts and bolts. The washers in here might be a little bit different, and so I think the Arri has a little bit smoother operation with things, but these guys work. Other than that, they're pretty much identical with it. The lights between the two, when we're utilizing them for a shoot, nobody notices any difference. Nobody goes, "Oh, that's the Arri, I'm going to use that," or "That's the knockoff version of it, and I don't want to use that." Nobody can tell. So that's sort of the big real test with the whole thing. That being said, the other thing I wanted to make of note are two things. One, the cables between these two guys, the cords, these you can definitely tell. The Arri is a little bit higher quality with that, and the length of the Arri is also quite a bit longer. And that's kind of nice for use from time to time. You'll find, oh, you don't have to grab an extra extension cord with it because you can just plug the cord into something directly. But it's also kind of a pain in the butt sometimes because this cord being as long as it is, you also have to store it with the unit, so it doesn't fit and is quite a compact thing. So there's a trade-off there. The second part, and that is the lights. The second part is the cords, the actual cords that they're utilizing. The Arri has a very nice solid cord that's utilized to connect the unit here. The As Arri, this is actually a cord that I used to replace the one that they sent with me. And I'm going to grab that real quick for you. This is the aftermarket plug that I actually utilized. The one that they sent with the unit was this little guy here. And though usable, though serviceable, the problem is that there's nothing that holds this, the actual wires to the plug. They're just sort of wrapped around the unit there, and there's nothing that really holds them in place. They're kind of just wrapped around and then cinched down, so they're a little fragile. And this guy actually ripped off, and that's when I realized what a problem that was. I was like, oh, that's not good. So a quick trip to Home Depot, $5 later, and a little bit of wiring this thing back up, and you're off and ready to go with a better, more serviceable plug that has a compression clamp on the rear end of it, so that when you're pulling things in and out, nothing gets yanked and broken there. So, anyways, that's a quick fix. I mean, it's not even a big deal or anything like that. I probably should have done it when I first got the units, but kind of wanted to see how long this guy lasts. But other than that, some people have said that the wiring on these it's not connected. If you're worried about it, you can take the thing apart and check it out. You've got the three different wires in here. They come with it. As long as you make sure the things are grounded, you should be fine there. If you're really worried about it, have an electrician take a look at it. So, lastly, of note, is the 1K that I bought. The 1K, which is a great unit, and just like these other ones, works completely serviceable and all's great. We just noticed this the other day. The 1K actually has a bit of broken glass. The Fresnel glass inside here is actually cracked. So that probably is going to need to be replaced at some point, but you know, until somebody actually takes it apart or banks it around where it gets broken even further, it's fine. I mean, it's not like, oh, that's great. I mean, I wish that it didn't crack, um, but it's completely still serviceable. The only reason anybody noticed it was just because they were shutting the thing down and went, oh, hey, it cracked. It wasn't because it changed the light or impacted the light in any noticeable fashion. So I think that has to do with the quality of the glass that they're utilizing, the compression, the heat as it expands, and then the thing as it cools probably is what ended up cracking the deal. So FYI, but heck, I'm pretty sure that that happens from time to time on these higher end units as well. So that's it for an update. Great lights. You know, they come with things like barn doors and all the other stuff that this Arri does, but at half the price, I'd buy these. So anyways, have a good one. Thank you.